So guys, welcome back to my F1 2020 My Driver series. As you can see, we have lots of bits and bobs going on up here. We got a lot of sort of upgrades to be getting on with. I'm going to upgrade the aerodynamics a little bit because the thing is, I've got everything else has got like sort of an upgrade on the go. So I'm going to kind of go with the aeros here. It's going to give us a bit of a better, bit of a better car, should we say. And we've got one more upgrade, and I'm thinking maybe go for the durability possible. We're going to go for the durability because I want the car to be able to sustain, what it needs to sort of sustain, I guess, for the races. But yes, guys, this week we are in Bahrain for the Bahrain Grand Prix. But yes, guys, let's get into this weekend's race at Bahrain, and yeah, let's see how we get on. And yeah, this is the fourth episode in the series, so I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Sorry, I love making this series, and so yeah, that's why I'm pumping out so much content. But yes, guys, I hope you enjoy the Bahrain Grand Prix. If you do like it, then please do smash that like button. I'm trying to reach maybe 100 likes or something crazy like that, and trying to reach 100 subs by the end of the year, so make sure you do hit the sub button also whilst you're here. And yes, guys, let's get into the Bahrain Grand Prix. So guys, here we are at the Bahrain qualifying. Honestly, I didn't do the quali sim for the second time in a video. I just feel like the quali sim takes up quite a lot of space, and the video is quite long as it is, and I don't want to bore you guys too much with, the boring qualifying stuff. But yeah, in my practices, it went absolutely amazing. For pretty much all the practices, I had the fastest lap on this track with this Williams car. So kind of exciting, right, that a Williams was fastest on the track. I don't know why, but the Williams was great around this track. I think it might have just been Australia that was a bit of bad luck for me. I've been driving around this track very well in the Williams. Like I said, I had the fastest lap around this track in all of the practices, so that kind of tells you that my confidence levels on this track are completely different to what they was in Australia. In Australia, I just didn't really know how to take the track. I couldn't really do very well in it, as the Mercedes does pull away. But as you can see, look at that straight speed there of the Williams. Look at the straight speed. What the absolute hell have they put in my Williams car in this race in particular? We're up there with the Mercedes, taking on the Mercedes. Obviously, in the practices, we're the fastest lap. This is so close for us with this Mercedes right now, And yeah, I just can't believe it. There's something in this Williams car that's the straight line speed. Look, I'm literally keeping up with Hamilton, who's in a bloody Mercedes, for crying out loud. I'm in a Williams, and yeah, it's just pretty crazy that we've just been able to keep up with Hamilton, and that yeah, we're just basically gonna get P2 for the race in Bahrain in a Williams. I'm absolutely astounded how good we've just done there, man. GG's to the Williams, honestly. Oh my god, what an absolute race. 1:33 at Bahrain. That's pretty crazy, but we're going to start second on the grid for the Bahrain race here. Let's just have a look at the difference. Look, Russell's sitting at 1:35, I'm sitting at 1:32, and we are in the same car. Honestly, it's been crazy for me at this track. I don't know why it's been so good. Obviously, I'm gonna let it run through. We might have an interview with Claire after this, I don't know. But yes, guys, what an absolute crazy qualifying session for us here at the Williams. That is insane that we managed to qualify in P2, or we start on the grid in P2, which stops the Mercedes lockout. I genuinely cannot believe it. In the Williams, this track is my track. Honestly, I feel so much more confident on this track than I did in the Australian ones. It's these longer, quicker tracks I'm good at. It's the tricky circuits that I'm not so good at, and I think I realised that I'm better at the speed traps than I am with the more technical circuits. But my goodness, GG's to the Williams car there. And yes, guys, let's get into the race day at Bahrain and let's see how we get on in the P2 position at the race.
Circuit famous for its stunning visuals and thrilling battles for glory. Who will take the spotlight in the Bahrain Grand Prix today? Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities. It could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. Now, Anthony Davidson, I wonder, might we be in for some early pit stops today from the midfield teams, all trying to put some pressure on or disrupting things for the leaders up front?
If you're in the middle of the pack, you know, you got your own race to run, I don't think they're going to be thinking about causing trouble up front. However, closer to the head of the pack, don't be surprised to see some split strategies. If you're running second and third, for example, bringing one car in for an undercut while leaving the other one out there longer can put a lot of pressure on the leader and maybe force them into an error.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and Bird completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Verstappen, Alexander Albon, and Stroll, Leclerc, Perez, Vettel, and Daniel Ricciardo. Norris, Ocon, Pierre Gasly, and Kvyat, Magnussen, Giovinazzi, Kimi Raikkonen, and George Russell. Grosjean and Carlos Sainz will start from the back of the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So guys, here we are at the Bahrain Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. As you saw in the qualifying video, we did qualify in P2, so that does make us on the front of the grid, and that is 5 red lights and away we go. We get a decent start there. We absolutely get a flying start there, away from the pack there. What an absolute launch by the Williams car here. Oh my blimmin' goodness, the launch there of the Williams was crazy. It was like a blooming rocket taking off. We absolutely shot past Lewis Hamilton there, and we're now pulling away from the pack behind in this great old Williams car. I cannot believe it. Like I said yesterday in the qualifying, it was crazy. I didn't expect the Williams to do as good as what they did do, should we say. And yeah, my goodness, we are doing an immense job out here now. And yeah, we do have to now make sure we drive as best as we can drive to make sure we stay ahead of the pack. I genuinely cannot believe how far up the grid we are in this Williams car. I was kind of shocked that we got the P2 yesterday, to be honest. I wasn't expecting that at all, not even to get as high as I did, and to be as far ahead as I am right now in this race as well. So this Williams car has really got something about it, clearly. It's just the drivers that aren't putting it to the test, because this car is amazing. It's just so quick. It's like being back in my my old biblical racing car. But yes, we are ahead here, and this is where I'm going to be keeping an eye on the back, because I know on the straights here the Williams might not be as fast. But yeah, that start, that launch from us there is just absolutely insane as we do come round to the start line here. And Hamilton is closing up, it's not Hamilton, it's Bottas. He is closing up ever so slightly as we do set the fastest lap of the race here under the lights of Bahrain. But yeah, I cannot believe that we are leading this race right now. It is pretty insane, and we've just got to make sure we keep up the amazing job that we are doing. But I think over time the Mercedes will gain and will show their their true power. But as long as we can just keep racing as well as we are, we withstand a great chance here. And yeah, I genuinely can't believe from the first race to this race, the Williams feels like completely different. I don't know how to explain it, but it feels so different. And yeah, so yeah, as I was saying, the car feels pretty insane here as we do now brake, coming around to this tight hand corner here with everyone still behind us, showing us that we need to continue racing as well as we are racing. And yeah, as said, we are the fastest lap of the car at the moment, but the Mercedes and the Red Bull will only be behind us for so long because our car ain't the quickest car on the grid. But today it's really showing, actually. It's got some power about it, and it's not to be mucked around with, to be honest. To show them that we are fighters out here and that we are doing our best to race as well as we are. And the thing is, it's not like I'm on the easy difficulty anymore. It's not like I'm on the easy difficulty where the AIs are easy. This is hard. This is like medium difficulty, you know. We do have a yellow flag behind us now. It's just gone green. I don't really know what happened back there, but we do set another fastest lap of the race. DRS has been enabled. The yellow flag behind us again. Daniel Ricciardo is out of the session once more. That's the second race in a row that Danny Rick has come out of the session. He must be absolutely fuming. Australia, he was out of the session. And now out at Bahrain, he's out of the session too. If I was Danny Rick, I would be absolutely mincing on the fact that, you know, I'm out of the session once again in second race in a row. That's not like I said, it's not the first race. So honestly, it's kind of crazy for Danny Rick to be out of the session again, as we do brake now, cutting through the corner there and make sure we keep up with what we are doing. And yeah, I can't believe we're this far ahead of the race. If you said to me that we were going to be in P1, then I would absolutely laugh in your face, considering it's a Williams car. But it is showing it has the power and how mighty it actually is, to be honest. So I don't really get where the joke about the Williams being a crap car is, to be honest, because this car is pretty nasty when it wants to be. It seems to have like the downwards, the aeros and everything about it. So fair enough to the Williams here, you know, being as good as what we are doing. And yeah, we're just pulling away from the pack and comfortable. Even though we're setting slower lap times, we are still far ahead of everyone else. All of the competition is still far ahead. And as we do come out for the start line now, coming through onto lap number 4, and we have 10 laps remaining, and also our pit will be coming up soon. So it'll be interesting to see what tyre we do go on to, whether it be the mediums or the hards. And yeah, we're going to have to wait and see what the team do want to see. But I cannot believe Danny Rick is out of the race once more. That is absolutely outrageous for Danny Rick to be out of the race again for the second time. Not for the first, for the second time that Danny Rick's out of the race. It's pretty nuts, to be honest. And yeah, as we do follow all the way through now, make sure we keep as tight as we possibly can, and keep to everything that we are keeping to. We do ride the curve ever so slightly there, with everyone still behind us. And yeah, we got this corner here that we seem to have struggled with, but we seem to nail in the last couple of laps. So I'm very proud of us there to be able to put that down. And we do on these straights seem to shoot away, but that launch from us at the start to get past Hamilton was pretty crazy, I cannot lie. And yeah, as we do follow the track all the way around now, as you see all the skid marks and everything on the surface. And yeah, honestly, it's been a crazy race so far, us being so far ahead when I was expecting us to be so far behind. But like I said, on these tracks where I feel more confident, I'm actually doing very well in the race. I just think it's all a matter of confidence for me. And yeah, like I said, it's on a difficult setting, so or medium set, which is difficult for me because I usually play on easy. So I'm showing that actually the Williams is pretty good. It's just the driver itself, as you see the Mercedes creeping up there onto the mini-map to say that they're catching up. And yeah, we need to just make sure we continue to put down the power and drive as well as we are driving to keep ahead of the pack and the race here. We still do have the fastest lap of the race, so that would be points for Williams. And if we keep this P1, that's going to be mega points for Williams and mega points for us driver for the Drivers' Championship as well in the Williams car. So pretty insane. It'd be weird to see Claire on the old constructors will go mental if I do get this podium for the team. So fair enough to Claire, but yeah, as just heard, we are expecting the grip levels to be dropping now, which I'm kind of anticipating there, and to make sure I keep on top of all that I need to keep on top of here, as we do look behind us and we're still racing as good as we are. And yeah, we just got to continue driving as hard and as fast as we are driving, and yeah, make sure that we continue to show everyone what we are made of. And yeah, let's continue to absolutely show up for everyone. But yeah, as you can see, the pack's slowly breaking up here with Hamilton pulling away from Bottas, but we're pulling away from Hamilton. It's a very much free horse race. But when we come to these corners, you can see the cars piling up in the Red Bull there. Well, Max Verstappen tried to make a move on Valtteri there. This is our box this lap, and yeah, we should be going on to the mediums, as it did just flash up on the screen, so that's no surprise there. I thought maybe the hard compound, because we did do a little bit of in practice, we did race with the hards a bit, so maybe thought hards, but no, they've decided on the mediums, which is fair enough. And yeah, we're going to have to try and climb our positions again, because I know for a fact as soon as we box, it's going to be a hell of a problem for us to you know, to deal with, basically, and to make sure we do what we need to do, basically, and concentrate on the race itself. But as you can see, the white little arrow there for the first time of the race sort of flared up there, which is Lewis Hamilton's white arrow to say that he is extremely closer to us. But we got to make sure we don't put the power too much on that corner, because the back end will swivel out, and then that will be us done. As you can see, Hamilton now slamming down on the power to try and catch up with us, and ever so slightly, since we've had loss of tyre grip, Hamilton has been making up that pace that maybe wasn't so much there before on us. So we've got to make sure we are aware of that factor, which I am fully aware of the factor. So yeah, Hamilton is right behind us, as you can see, and he is gaining ever so much with that DRS. So it's something that we're going to definitely have to take into account for when we do go in for the pit, to say that Hamilton is behind us. But yeah, we're going to need to pit in this lap, and we're going to need to brake ever so slightly. There we go. I do believe Hamilton is behind us. He wanted to try and jump us on the pit, which he might be able to, as he's going to be getting into the pits first, but we are further up the line, so he's got to travel more further up the line than we have. For some reason they do have a wing ready out. I was a bit worried then. I was like, why have they got a wing out? I ain't got wing damage, or unless that I, you know, unknowns to me that I have wing damage. But we're now into P9, and yeah, we are massively going to be braking under hard there. Obviously, it sort of drives for you to get out of the pit. I just never know when it's going to overtake. But we are back into this race on the. Oh, I was right. We did go onto the hard compound. I don't know why I thought it was medium, but we did go onto the hard compound. I knew we probably would, to be honest, because like I said, in practice we did a lot of work on the hards. So we now have to catch up with everyone else and try and make sure we catch them off guard when they are in the pit. Otherwise, we will be in trouble here, as we do have Hamilton right up our butt side. He is trying to make moves on us, and we've just got to be ever so careful now with Hamilton so far up our arse. He's going to try and get the move done on us as we brake. That's probably the worst corner we've done in the whole entire race. Is now we lay down the power. It's basically a two-horse race between me and Hamilton. I'm pulling away ever so slightly in the Williams, and yeah, we need to just make sure we are basically cautious of the fact Hamilton is behind us, and that he is very much pushing as hard as he possibly can on us now, as we do brake as much as we possibly can into that corner. But Hamilton is very and truly up our arse, and we need to try and catch up with Carlos Sainz here to get that DRS open for us, so we have a little bit more of a push there in the Williams car. As I said, the Mercedes is very quick, so we do come around to the start now, and it is a very straight road for us down to the start line. Hamilton is catching up ever so much on us, and we need to continue. I can see Hamilton really steaming for it now. He's going to probably go for the overtake, but we're going to have to brake. We're going to brake very hard there, and Hamilton is very much trying his business here to try and at least take the podium off us. I knew this was going to happen. I knew the Williams wouldn't be able to withstand the whole race in P1, and this is very much tightness here, and we've got to be very wary of where Hamilton is and what movements he's going to be making, because we don't want to cut him up. We don't want him to make us spin out either, so we need to try and make sure we defend and block as best as we possibly can here. And yeah, Hamilton is trying to go for the overtake on our right, then our left, and as you can see now, he's pulling away from the back there to try and go down the right side of us, and he has got the job done. Hamilton has got the job done on us. He has pulled away on the right side there, and he's got the job done. But now we are going to catch up with him and hopefully get him in this corner here. As we do brake, we try and get him on his outside, but we can't get the job done there. And now Hamilton has got the job done on us, and it was only a matter of time before that Mercedes of his did get the overtake on the Williams here. And yeah, but it's still not over. We can still get Hamilton here as long as we get into the DRS train and we continue to race as much as we possibly can here and concentrate on our race as we do break through now, and we can really slam down the power on Hamilton and hopefully, like I said, get a DRS open. And the DRS is open now, and we are gonna give it absolutely everything. Rich mix the full works now and try and catch Hamilton. I can't believe he got that job done on us there, to be honest. I can't believe he actually got the overtake done on us on the outside there. I didn't think he was actually going to get the job done, but he did. And yeah, that's kind of crazy as we do open DRS once more here on him and trying to get the job done again. And like I said, he has very much got the job done on that right side of us there, and we're going to have to try and catch up with him to make the move ourselves. And yeah, it don't surprise me that he's got the job done. I knew the Williams wouldn't be able to withstand the speed of Hamilton all race. But yeah, now we do have Valtteri Bottas on us as well now, and this is a huge worry for us out here because we're going to need to try and defend Valtteri Bottas off if we want to stand the chance of getting in the P2 there. But yeah, and also Max Verstappen as well is behind us, and like I said, I'm surprised it didn't happen earlier that the Williams got overtaken. But yeah, Hamilton now is just absolutely pulling away. His AI is like so crazy, and that car he's in is so crazy fast as well. So it was, like I said, only a matter of time before we got overtaken as such. So we need to continue concentrating on our race and trying to catch Hamilton, but also trying to defend off the incoming Valtteri Bottas and try and secure our P2 that we have worked ever so hard for as we do break now and come all the way through around to the start line. And yeah, obviously I don't think we're going to get our DRS because we're not within 1 second of Hamilton, but Bottas is certainly going to get his DRS. And as you just heard, the car behind us is lapping faster than us, so that is not a good sign for us. That means that they are absolutely giving it the beans a lot more than what we are. So now we need to make sure that we do some very good driving, some very good defending if we're going to hold on to our P2 that we have worked ever so hard for. And like I said, I didn't expect Hamilton to do the outside overtake, but he did get the job done, and that is pretty crazy that he managed to make that happen. And yeah, we need to, like I said, just continue doing what we are doing, and yeah, hopefully we can smash through what we're doing. But as you can see, Valtteri is very much on us now, and we got to make sure we defend our pride and our position. As Valtteri goes off there, we do close the door on him, and he does go off. Valtteri tried to make the move on the outside, just like Hamilton did on us, and yeah, he did go off there, and he did basically absolutely catastrophically go wrong there. Like I said, he tried to make the move, it didn't quite work. He went for the outside and it was just too late, his turn in, and obviously I got my elbows out, and that really forced him outwards. And yeah, Valtteri Bottas is very much down below now, and now we have Max Verstappen to deal with. I'm going to have to get my elbows out for the Dutchman as well, I do believe. And yeah, poor Valtteri tried the same move Lewis did, and it just was to no avail. And now we do have a steaming Red Bull coming up on us, and this race has been nothing short of excitement. I always knew that I weren't going to beat Lewis Hamilton, I always knew that I weren't going to keep the P1, but yeah, it's just been an absolutely thrilling race. I've had many duels, and that race, that fight there with Bottas, I had to get my elbows out, I had to close him on the outside, otherwise he was going to get the job done. And I was well aware that he was on our side there, and he was going to try the switch over like Lewis Hamilton did, and sadly for him he came off worse than what I did. I did get the old elbows out and show him the corner as such, as we say. But yeah, I genuinely cannot believe that it screwed him over that much, that now he's all the way down there, and he probably does have some damage to his car, because it was quite a big old shud there onto the old dirt track there. And yeah, we now need to just be very cautious of Max Verstappen and try and see out this P2, because, you know, it's more than what we deserve, to be honest. We've raced very well, and yeah, Hamilton, as you can see, is just so frigging quick. It's unbelievable. It's so consistent as well. So I always knew Hamilton was going to be my major rival today, because in the qualifying he was ahead of me, and I kind of knew that I weren't going to keep the P1. We did get an amazing start, but that overtake he did, there's nothing we can really do, and we conceded it quite a lot. I didn't keep an eye on where he was, and yeah, as you saw, Valtteri, he tried to do the same move, and what I did to him is what I should have probably done to Lewis, which was close the door on him. What's it? I needed to be aware of, you know, the outwards dive on me, and I could have done that to Hamilton. What I did to Bottas, which was get the elbows out, but I wasn't 100% sure on where Hamilton was, whereas I kind of knew exactly where Bottas was. So yeah, we as you did hear, our tyre grip is starting to wear just a little bit, and these tyres do need to go distance, but it's very difficult when you're just basically trying to slam it and, you know, giving the car everything it's got, because this car has got not much left in the tank, should we say, and yeah, honestly, getting this far up the table is kind of crazy. So yeah, we need to just continue smashing out the race and continue driving as hard as we are driving as now. We do brake, and as you can see, the tyre grip is very bad there on that braking. I basically just slide into that corner rather than drive into the corner. It's pretty nuts, really. Just basically Tokyo drift into that corner because of how bad the tyres are, and the late braking is going to become even more of a problem now, as we will get wheel lockups and stuff like that. As we do follow it all the way around now, make sure we continue to you know, focus on what we need to do. And yeah, as you can see, Verstappen he looks far away, but on the map he looks closer, so just got to keep an eye on him there as we do now brake, and yeah, continue to do what we need to do and get what we need to do done, as we do come up to the old start line here, and we're now lap 13 of the race. Not too many laps left, and yeah, this is going to be a squeaky bum time moment here in the final laps. Can we get the job done and see out the P2? And that is another yellow flag there. I don't know what for, but it is a yellow flag back there, and it looked like there was a pile up in that corner of cars. So honestly, I don't know what it is, but that is Alexander Albon out of the race there. And yeah, that has really thrown the spanner in the works there for the Red Bulls. And yeah, like I said, Danny Rick went out earlier, now Alexander Albon, that's 2 out of the race again. So that is pretty nuts to say. So yeah, let's continue to focus on what we've got to do. Max Verstappen is getting ever so close at each lap that goes on, because obviously we are slowing down quite a lot here, and we need to just concentrate and try and see out our P2. I feel like we have raced so well here, defended so well when the pressure was on, and yeah, like I said, the collision with Valtteri Bottas was a very sad one for Bottas, but we had to do what was needed doing, and that was to get the elbows out and show him the door, which is what we did do there. And there's nothing we could have done, neither him to dodge that situation. He kind of went for a dive on the late, whereas Lewis, when he did it, he went for the dive early, so maybe that's what he should have done. But we are creating space now between me and Verstappen, and that is what I like to see. As Hamilton does set the fastest lap of the race, which does not surprise me one bit in his car. And now this is the final lap of the race. This is it, where this is the one where we now need to show Verstappen that we are a Williams car, and we are up in the title race as much as anybody else, as we do now have to defend ever so well and try and stop the Dutchman from overtaking us. I think this is a secure job, but we need to make sure that we still have full concentration in the race, because everything could be lost here, and that would be an absolute horrendous mistake of us to make if everything does get lost, but I'm sure it won't, as we now brake, but we go over the brake and we brake too hard there. The tyres just losing grip completely, and yeah, we need to make sure when we're braking earlier, because the tyres now have lost all grip, as you saw into that corner, and now it's going to get very spicy at the end here. Can Verstappen really bring it home for the Red Bulls? I don't think he will. I hope that we can hold up in the Williams, but you can see the tyre grip just giving away so much there. It's unbelievable. And as you saw, the tyres just almost went there as we went round that corner and ripped the corner a bit. As we do come round now to the final few corners, Verstappen is closing in on us. And it may and may not be a photo finish here if Verstappen can catch up. As we do brake now, and like I said, the braking is awful as we do come round to the start here. Fireworks going. Will the Williams get across the line in P2? And we have got the job done. P2 for Williams there. That is a great... That is a great, that is an absolutely great result there for us. I genuinely cannot believe that we got P2. Obviously it was in P1 for a while, but Lewis just, his car is crazy. And as you saw, it did overtake us, but yeah. That is a crazy race from us there, and I genuinely cannot believe how good we have done there to you know, do what we need to do. Obviously there is Lewis in his crazy ass car. It is so quick, but nobody expected to see the Williams on the podium. Nobody expected to see us up there, but we are up there. We're showing that we are in the fight. Let's have a look. There I am, up on the podium in the Williams. That is crazy, man. First one of the season. I'm very happy about that. And obviously Mercedes won, but P2 I'll take it in the Williams, like I said, and that is pretty crazy there. Obviously 2 silver arrows up on the podium still anyway, obviously, so but my goodness, that is absolutely crazy that I got up onto the podium and did what I needed to do. So pretty nuts, to be honest, pretty nuts, as we do cap off that weekend of racing there. As you can see, let's have a look at the standings now. We do, obviously we're in 18th because we've got the points there, and we're catching up with everyone. So we're catching up, and the Williams, they're up into 4th. We got some points for the team. So yes guys, let's advance to see if there's any sort of interviews. There usually is some sort of interview after the races. Let's have a sip of tea. So let's see what interviews she's got to say. I bet she's going to be like, I bet you're thrilled. Here we go. Amazing performance. I'm very happy with that. Let's have a look what our question is. It looked like you had a really good stretch for it. We did. The team really pulled it. The team really pulled out all the stops. Obviously you want to be on top of the team. What's your secret? There's no secret. It's about having a great team and car. You wanna keep kissing that team's ass because you want to be the #1 driver. Inconsistent power delivery may have overtaken, pretty dangerous for me. A lack of downforce made it really hard to avoid drives during the overtake. The wear of my car made it a bit unpredictable. It was durability, but the car wasn't nimble enough to avoid it. The wear on my car was making it a bit unpredictable, but it's fine. We'll get the durability department up there as best as we can afterwards. So thank you so much for that interview, Claire. You may have fucked our durability department, but it's fine. But yes, guys, that is the end of another episode here in the Williams Racing, and yeah. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode as much as I am. I hope you guys are enjoying the series as much as I am. If you like the video, then please do smash the like button. Trying to reach maybe 10 likes. I know it's pretty crazy. And trying to reach 100 subs by the end of the year. So I'm going to keep grinding, try and get that 100 subs by the end of the year. Thanks so much for everyone who's new and is enjoying these videos. I'm enjoying making them. I've been Jake, and I'll see you dudes and my dudettes in the next video. Peace, guys. Woo!